Um, well, I wasn't expecting doing one of these so soon again. I guess this is going to be a more serious topic, but I just wanted to make this video again because I'm not very good at the whole YouTube writing comment thing, and so I wanted to comment on how sad it is to watch a creator that I have watched for a long time spiral down into this sort of really negative, kind of dark place, which is completely reasonable since the topic of the day is going to be the current state of the gaming industry. So this is going to be also unscripted, and hey, it's this guy, so Mudahar, SomeOrdinaryGamers. He's the one that inspired me to do these weird unscripted opinion pieces. And if you happen to watch this, hey, long-time viewer from the haunted gaming, spooky Midnight Man ritual stuff back in the day. Good times, old times. But the main topic that I wanted to talk about was, well, how people are perceiving the gaming industry in our current era, and how it seems to run, and how predatory it is to consumers. So recently, games like Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and Armored Core 6, and people are shocked and surprised that they are complete experiences by themselves. No stupid microtransactions, no unnecessary paywalls, you just get to enjoy the game as they are. They are well done, complete polished products, made with a lot of effort and love put into them. And for some reason, people decided that this was a paradigm shift. That this is an anomaly, which it shouldn't be. It should have never reached this state. This should have never been considered an anomaly or a new bar for games or whatever. This should have always been the standard, or at least the golden standard that others should strive for. We live in an era where video games are made for the lowest common denominator. So basically, the engine runs in such a way that, or at least the business model of every single company now, the whole point is to make as much money as possible for the least amount of product. And as time goes on and technology evolves, they are going to perfect this disgusting sequence. And games that are actually good, you know, good products, good games, good well-crafted experiences become rarer and rarer and rarer by the day, which is a sad thing to see in the AAA industry. And so people are turning their heads the other way. They are looking towards games, you know, indie studios, smaller developers, those that don't have shareholders breathing down their necks with a knife. And so it's completely reasonable that you look for games like, what was it? The whole procedurally generated murder mystery thing, Shadows of Doubt. That was it. In my case, I am excited about other games like Tormented Souls 2, which I wasn't expecting them to make a sequel, but hey, I am pleasantly surprised. And actually, from the AAA industry, the only thing that actually made me blow my brains through the walls was the announcement of the Persona 3 remake, which made me actually out loud just smack tables. But everything else, yeah, just it exists. Even if it's not soulless garbage made by big-ass companies, a lot of products end up being mediocre shovelware that nobody cares about. It's like we're trying to look for diamonds in the rough, or at least tiny golden nuggets in fields of manure. What other things can I consider talking about? I was going to talk about how, unlike him, no, I don't have a big interest in Halo or Call of Duty. In fact, the only Call of Duty game I played was Black Ops 1, which, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the campaign, and the best thing about it was Zombies mode, which, it's a sad thing because split screen co-op kinda dying slowly. And it was really fun playing with my friends in Zombies mode, split screen, couch co-op, having fun. But no, I also noticed this in other big games as well, despite the fact that I don't care about Halo or anything else. I should also probably give an example, and this time I have to thank IHE because I am an observer of this phenomenon and not really someone who partakes in it, which is Destiny 2. And yeah, it's a perfect example on how games are being... They're basically pachinko machines. They're pachinko slots. They're just meant to be addictive gambling houses where you inject crack and just get that instant hit. But in the long run, no, there is no favorable thing about it. It's really sad that the last game, the one good expansion, was Taken King in order to make a decent game, and now it was the Witch Queen, which turned it into a decent experience. And then everything went downhill with Lightfall. That was a goddamn disaster. Go watch the IHE reviews for the Destiny content if you want. He's really good at making an interesting take on the whole matter. Getting back to the whole gaming industry nowadays. Yeah, I share his views on the whole... despite the fact that I am a PS5 dude, yeah, the only exclusive I guess I have now, because everything else has been ported to PC, is Demon's Souls. Oof, it really is a rough time. And what else? Oh yeah, I have noticed that I have been replaying games from the PS4 era, but better on the PS5 instead of actually getting new games, because they suck. I am just waiting for other projects, like, let's see, man, Black Myth Wukong looks like it smacks ass, in a good way, not in a bad way, just good, just pure good. What else? Oh, Wise of P is going to come out in September, and that's just steampunk Pinocchio Bloodborne. A combination that I have never expected, but hey, Neo is, you do you, and I'll do your product. Man, Project Eve or Stellar Bay, whatever that was, looks like, I don't know, Lovecraftian Nier Automata or whatever with monsters, and another Chinese studio, but God does it look beautiful. stuff that's actually exciting, you know, except, you know, putting aside the mainstream garbage. For the RTS fans, I guess you could say Tempest Rising? Was it Tempest Rising? The game that looks like Commander & Conquer Red Alert. I mean, that looks so much like it, and it looks so beautiful and so fun to play. Like back in the day, putting up my IBM PC and playing Commander & Conquer, Worms and Age of Empires, man, those were good times, man. Good times. What else? Well, I'm glad that Pokemon, the Game Freak actually, Nintendo in this case, decided to go, hey, our games are inexcusably bad. How about we take a break from them and actually try to make a good game for once? Surprising to hear that. They actually took their heads out of their asses. Thank you. If you want to play a good Pokemon game, go play Xenoverse. It's an amazing fan game. Speaking of fan games, this is where I want to plug a little something, which is Mega Man X Corrupted by the beloved JKB and his team. And while Omega may be a Pat fan, I am a Damien enjoyer. That and Dominic, I mean, that soundtrack, it's like the most Mega Man soundtrack since Mega Man X has been released. Thank you for the amazing work you have done. So if you are interested in watching the development, head on to Twitch and JKB and see beauty being produced before your eyes. It's just God, a piece of artwork, so I can watch Michelangelo build the fucking... Okay, moving on. This is kind of a cool contrast, actually, you know, to the despondent nature of being sad about the current gaming industry and looking towards other venues of gaming, which could also include emulation, because he also talks about it. Yes, Mudahar, I'm also an emulation enjoyer, enthusiast. And yes, I am constantly replaying games from the GBA and SNES over and over and over and over again. From the PS1 to the GameCube to the Wii, yep. Emulation huzzah and forever. And preserving all of the good times. God, the times I have played just those games. It just invalidates the argument of why would you want to play old school games from older consoles? Well, because they were from a time when things barely worked, and when they did, they were great, and everything was held together by duct tape and tears. The code was functional, at best. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man, I totally get why you would be completely broken in terms of being a quote-unquote gamer nowadays. It is hard. It is. You have to just waddle through muddy waters, really murky waters, just to find something. And in response to the live service games thing, I also play Genshin Impact a lot, and it's free, and I actually don't mind giving MiHoYo money from time to time. I really don't, because the amount of stuff they put in the game is amazing. With each patch and iteration, the amount of stuff that they add to explore and enjoy and immerse yourselves, it's beautiful. And I can't wait for Honkai Star Rail to drop on the PS5. And speaking of another live service game, how about Warframe? I only played it like once when I was way younger, and I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't really get what the hell was happening. And now, as a full complete game, I have been roped into it by my friends. It's really, really polished and fun and amazing with some banging tunes that they drop from time to time, you know? Like we all live together and fucking sweeping in the cold below, that sea shanty like so. And I mean TennoCon, I wasn't expecting a convention about Warframe to be more well put together and enjoyable and actually just good compared to garbage conventions that Ubisoft or EA or even conventions like Sony and Microsoft or Nintendo. It's really hard to get excited nowadays. Sure, they have some world premieres from time to time, but I don't know. It's losing its magic. It feels soulless, just corporate and mechanized. But hey, at least I'm really having fun playing with my friends, getting carried, taking a cab all the way to the maximum level in Warframe and getting good gear. I can never thank them enough for that. And I actually never expected to enjoy online games like these, because usually the online experience is a very, very cancerous one. But oh yeah, the example that I wanted to give about playing old PS4 games. Neo 1 and 2. I have them for the PS4, yes, I play them all, beginning to end, DLCs included. They're great. Neo 2 even better than Neo 1, simply amazing. And you would think, well, what am I doing with my time now, since no good games are coming out? Well, the Neo Remastered Collection was available for the PS5 and I actually bought it. Yes, I bought the same games twice. On the upper system, but it's just fun to play them again. Again, they are complete products with, yes, they have DLCs, but they have like new weapons, not just weapon types, and new weapons and new areas and new stories and new spirits and a lot of new stuff to explore that then revamps the whole game with the new difficulty modes. It's just incredible. And being able to experience everything again, God, if I had, goddamn for my television, if I had something that showed up with 120 Hz, I would be creaming myself. The current state of the AAA gaming industry is abhorrent, pathetic, and it's no wonder that people want to go look for other products elsewhere. And does this mean that suddenly they're going to change their ways? No. Because they are a company, they are a business, and the ultimate goal of a business is to make as much money as possible. The consumer, they don't give a rat's ass about you or anyone else. It's always the bottom line, and making numbers go up. Stonks. That's how they work. And the only thing that we can hope for is that we can get more gems like Elden Ring in the future. You know, just as long as we can keep amassing these treasures, they will always be ours. And you the consumer, can vote with your money on what you think should receive money or not. I gave my money to 30XX because Battery Staple is making some amazing banger Mega Man roguelikes. And god, that soundtrack, City Fires, again, amazing. And I should also... Man, I wish I had money to buy Armored Core, but I am not. I need to ration my stuff for the future. But I will get Armored Core. God. And I should also get Baldur's Gate 3. I heard it's a pretty good banger RPG. Is it the greatest of all time? I don't know, possibly. Who am I to disagree? Do you guys? But I just think people are jaded from having their expectations so low, and you know, when a game just does anything that remotely respects its player base or does anything good, you know, people are like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever made. It probably has a couple of flaws here and there, but you can excuse those because you are having the time of your life. And well, I think this is it for the end of the video. I don't have another conclusion other than just ranting about random stuff and wanting to offer would it be suggestion or more like an explanation on why he probably feels so sad about the gaming industry. And I don't know, my suggestion would be to, let's see, just say fuck it, throw two fingers up and enjoy the games you have enjoying, you know, instead of trying to fit yourself to the mold that the industry is in now. Well, let's go back. You know, you and me both. Let's hop on the train to old school gaming. Let's go play Metal Gear Solid 4 again. Why not? It was an amazing game. How about 3? Hell, 2, 1. Let's hop on and go play some Chrono Trigger, boys. You know, that's the kind of thing. Just when you stop giving money to these companies, maybe they will realize that the only way that they can stay afloat will be to actually make good products and not garbage. Yep, that is truly it. I am almost at 24 minutes on this random about video games. Well, this sure is a thing. I'm going to have to edit this. Probably give context to stuff. I don't know. I know I have a lot of references. Possibly. Maybe. Perhaps. I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.